ATF Boston, Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms in Boston, said this. Boston ATF agents responding to an active shooter event in Lewiston, Maine. So that gives you one hint that neighboring Massachusetts is already hard at work helping out and dealing with this. The other issue is that something Jennifer just said is critical, that the posture, thank you, the posture of this shooter is significant. To the untrained eye, you might just see a shooter. To Jennifer Coffendorfer's eye, she saw somebody who looks extremely experienced in handling a weapon like that. She mentioned there's no chicken arm. Somebody inexperienced might have their arms out holding that gun. This person has it up high. His face is close to the butt. It looks as though he may have some experience. I think I have Jennifer back. If you can hear me, Jennifer, I wanted to get your take on what law enforcement is doing right now as a strategy far and wide, statewide and then neighboring states, and then as far away as anybody can get there.
Well, exactly, Ashleigh. You have right now all of the federal authorities mustering tactical teams. This is a tactical situation. So state, local, and federal authorities are looking at their SWAT operators and those operations and mustering those troops. They're letting them know that what we call a sit rep right away. What is the situation they're going into? They're going to be assigning what teams will handle what particular areas of where he could be, where they are tracking him. So this is something that they are mustering and rallying these troops right now, Ashleigh.
One other report I want to just read, because obviously we want to get as much information as we can out. It's hard to say exactly when some of these reports are filed, but as we're looking at this vehicle, police tell us that this is the shooter's vehicle. Door flung wide open. Before I actually move on to this other report from ABC News, Jennifer, what does this tell you, that the car has the door flung wide open? You mentioned he went location to location. Maybe this was extraordinarily hasty.
Well, no, he was excited to get where he was going, Ashleigh. We see this even as a tactical operator. Sometimes you walk out of your car and you leave it open because you are, if you will, in his case, excited or exuberant to start the mission that is at hand. And for him, that mission is active shooting. It looks like as many people as possible that are in his path at these locations.
Okay, I'm getting some information in my ear at the same time, so I'm not hearing everything that you said, Jennifer. I think we might have an updated death toll. Can I just ask our control room team if you have an updated death toll? We don't have it. We don't have it confirmed yet. I'm going to hold off on that until I get a confirmation on the death toll. But there may be an updated death toll. At last count, we were at 16, with upwards of 60 to 70 casualties, injured. Jennifer, the ABC News report that came out a little bit ago, I'm reading it in real time, and again, I think it might be outdated by now, says at least 10 people are dead, dozens more have been injured in a mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine, according to law enforcement sources who've been briefed on the shooting. I mean, that's pretty raw stuff. It's what we're all hearing, and obviously there's a mad scramble. How do we know who is taking point when something like this happens at, 9 o'clock at night, in the middle of the week? Who does run point? How do things actually get streamlined, and who's calling the shots?
Well, right now, Lewiston has to be calling the shots. They have venue, and they have the authorities that are going to be boots on the ground right there, right now. But they are going to be mustering and rallying up all these other state and federal authorities to come and help with their tactical units. So, Ashleigh, their running point, that will be soon handed off, I believe, to state authorities, meaning their state police, to actually set up that command post and start figuring out the intelligence, where this individual might be, and start collecting all this information. So, Ashleigh, they can line out where he came from, where he's going, and who he is.
And I'm sure that at this point, local authorities are doing everything they can to get, as much surveillance video. You can't walk a quarter block these days without appearing on surveillance video, but I don't know that they can keep up in real time if he is continuing to shoot. We do have some reporting that's come in, and I'm going to just check before I say anything. That statistic that someone just told me, is that something we can report yet, or is that unconfirmed? Okay, so I can tell you this. There is one report coming from Fox News saying 22 dead. That same source reporting that the suspect may be in custody at this point. Again, that's just one source, but we have not been able to independently confirm that at NewsNation. There was, of course, cautioning at the beginning of this mass shooting that these numbers would be very fluid and that we would need to be very flexible. I'm going to fit in a quick break right now, get some of the updated reporting. I've got Senator Angus King coming in now with a comment on this. This is, critical, obviously, for him. Quick break. Back right after this. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.